Hey,
Hi, thank you for joining Living Life Successfully with Sonja Busha. Many of you know me, some of you don't. I am a health and wellness coach as well as an entrepreneur, business owner, and I like to motivate, educate, inspire, and empower people to live a healthier lifestyle, whether that be mind, body, spirit, physical, as well as your finances. Well, tonight we are doing a show with I'm your host, and I have a special guest with me. His name is Michael Deckard. He is one of my business partners, and we are a part of the financial services industry. And so tonight we wanted to briefly just share with you some information about how the financial industry is not only is changing, but we have some good strategies and things that you can put in place. A lot of people have been impacted by the pandemic, whether it be your finances, your health. But tonight we're honing in on your finances. Again, Michael Deckard is one of my business partners with Freedom Equity Group. Say hi to everyone, Michael, for me.
good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
Thank you so much. Michael is a native or born or from Abilene, Texas. He was a former IT project manager as well as he was a field coordinator with American Communications Network, and he has traveled abroad to London, to England, and he has helped people, with network marketing, with building wealth, with building generational wealth, and he is now a part of the financial industry. I'm gonna let Michael tell a little bit about himself before we actually get started. We won't be, it's a 15-minute or so show. And I just want to say hi to my guest. I was giving people time to just kind of line up. And before they do, Michael, if you have Facebook Live or one of those platforms, please do share. I'm going to, before we get started fully, I wanted to share that with my listening audience on tonight.
Okay.
This is our first one, so I'm just very excited. We don't have anybody chiming in right here just yet. I want to make sure it went live on Facebook here. So I'm going to go in here and do due diligence and just make sure.
So, hold
And
on, my
while we're
sound
doing
kind of
that,
went crazy. Hold on 1 second.
while I'm checking that, we also have some great things that are coming up with Freedom Equity Group. Not only are we a part of Freedom Equity Group, but one of our business partners, who is 300, I'm gonna call her 300 plus earner though, she is a part of our mentorship, and she is a part of what do you call it, Team Legacy USA. And we're having this big event to our listening audience, those who are listening, that is coming up. I am so trying to share this. We're on Facebook Live, I see us, and I'm wanting to share with my personal page. So I should have probably let my daughter kind of help navigate this for me, but it's okay. I'm gonna be good. Let's see here. Share. I see Linda Pruitt, which is one of my hosts from another show. She was one of my co-hosts. So I want to thank you for joining in with us tonight, Miss Linda Pruitt. Let's see here. How do I get on my personal page? That is something I have. Look, she says hi. Thank you. Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining us. After tonight, those who are listening, we will also be on YouTube as well. I'm just excited about the opportunity that God is allowing, trying to give people time to line up. Michael, while we're sitting here waiting, also, the Bible tells us that it's not the love of money. I mean, it's not money that is evil, but it's the love of money. And so tonight, though, we're going to just touch on a few things about the financial industry and how we are here helping and serving our community, and how we're on this crusade to help people, change their mindsets and how to obtain financial freedom.
Right.
See, Miss Alice Comer has joined us as well. We want to thank you for joining us tonight, Alice Comer, again, Linda Pruitt. I am trying to connect this to my personal page, but it's okay if I don't get it on there tonight. I have another page. So we'll do that. But do share, let people know that we are on the air with Living Life Successfully, Michael Deckard, a part of Freedom Equity Group. Well, let's go ahead without further ado. Michael, I did go ahead and introduce you. Tell our listening audience a little bit more about you personally, about what you do, about what your crusade is as well.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate it for the opportunity tonight to come on live with my Success Line sponsor, Miss Sonja Busha. Glad to hear the Queen Comer's on the line and checking everything out. I just want to let y'all know that, being one of two children, my dad played pro football back in the late 60s. So whenever you started something, he didn't let you just quit. You had to follow through to the end. And whether you liked it or not, if you signed up for it, you just had to do it. And so, I grew up during the time frame where you can't make excuses. If they ask you to do something, you just had to do it. And then they didn't always provide the answers. They wanted you to kind of look around and see if you could figure it out. And so about a little over 2 years ago, I got a part of this financial services industry. It started with a company that basically they provided what I call the 8-track type of policies. You only could use it as a beneficiary. So the person that paid for it and was the owner 9 times out of 10 never benefited from it. And then I got introduced to AFLAC, which is supplemental insurance, which the thing that got me with AFLAC was the money that they pay out to their customers goes to them that they could use to pay their bills. They didn't have to give it to the doctors or the hospitals. And I was like, wow. So in a very short period of time, less than 6 months, when I started with AFLAC last June during the middle of the pandemic, I was able to go get 25 accounts on my own and got promoted to a coordinator and training position. And then I met Miss Sonja Busha during the 100-year freeze in February this year. And she was I know, it was crazy. She came outside. I was shoveling the ice off my brother's driveway next door to her, and she was slipping and sliding on her way to go see if she could get her car moved. So I asked her, me being the Southern gentleman that I am, ma'am, you need some assistance? No, I'm good. I'm good. So so I did what I know I was taught to do, went over and helped her out anyway. So I said, you sure you don't need me to go ahead and get you signed up with an AFLAC policy the way you slipping? I said, if we get you signed up today, it'll be active tomorrow. So she said, so you write insurance? I said, well, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to jail for trying to offer you a policy. And so the rest is history. She introduced me to Alice. I actually didn't introduce me, reintroduced me, because Alice and I were part of another company, ACN, like she was talking about. And we were both field coordinators. I was on the south side of town. She was on the north side of town. And so we had a work history with that. But because of me being half the size that I was when Alice knew me 20 years ago, she was like, well, I know the name, but that ain't him. And so when she saw me for the first time in over 20 years at the first Super Saturday, she was elated to find out that it was the Michael Deckard that she knew, that we had, broke bread together and built businesses together before. And the rest is history. She introduced me to our chairman, Ron Blumenkemper. He had just bought him a Maybach SUV the day before that Super Saturday. And it's amazing because I hadn't been in the business a week. My first representative and business partner signed up that day while we were at the event. She signed up while the event was going on. So yeah, everything has been fast tracked for me. I've been blessed and fortunate. We hit regional vice president in a little less than, say, 72 days, I think it was, something like that. And I made a 5-figure check in 1 week. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason. Ever since then, it's kind of not slowed down, but I had to get sat down, basically, doing some things, helping my sister, broke my ankle. And now we're able to still build. And that's because of the type of business we're in, and being able to offer living benefits to people. So they get 3 benefits from being a policy owner with us. They don't have to die to benefit from it, but if they did die, their beneficiaries will still get the policy.
Right.
They can access the living benefits. We just had a business partner that we just
Yeah,
got found out that she was going to be able to participate with the living benefits. So the Dr. John story that's in the presentation is real,
yeah,
but when it happens to somebody that you personally know, it just changes the whole aspect of letting you know that what you're doing is a really good thing. So we're
right.
just blessed and fortunate to be a part of Team Legacy, and what we're doing is we're changing lives,
We are.
not just from writing policies, but helping people make money. So that's what it's all about.
Yes, thank you so much. Those who are listening, you mentioned living benefits. To our listening audience who is just tuning in, or those who will join us later, we're with Freedom Equity Group. I am the host, Sonja Busha, and Michael Deckard is one of my business partners who has joined me on tonight. We will be sharing with you what we do, how we do it, and how we are enjoying changing lives. I like not the fact that he had an accident, but the fact that we can work from wherever we are. You can work traveling. We had a few of our business partners who visited 25 states and they were able to do business, wherever they are. We like the fact that we offer financial freedom. We're changing not only lives but financial freedom. We're building generational wealth. And Michael, you mentioned living benefit. For those who don't know, what a living benefit is, it's a accelerated benefit rider that we offer on our policies, or on our policies that we offer to our clients, that which provide the potential to receive a partial or full accelerated life insurance benefit if the insured is diagnosed with a qualifying medical condition. So with that being said, it's the new type of insurance. I like to say that we are the smartphone of um, we're the smartphone of the financial service. And so with that, not many companies that you come across will offer this particular rider, and we offer it at no charge. And that's so important to individuals today, especially like I said, when I started off, we've been in this pandemic. There were a lot of things that happened. They may have lost some of their daily activities and they weren't able to perform. So with this rider in place at no extra charge, they have stress free. We all know that if you have stress in your life, it's going to cause, damage to your health. And we don't need any more damage or any more stress added to our lives. It's enough that we're dealing with, day-to-day activities. You're dealing with, your job. You may be even having some relational or just emotional ups and downs. So to know that you have another strategy in place that will help you with taking care of your finances, taking care of your doctor bills or whatever you need, that's an added plus. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, with that benefit, they can do partial or full acceleration. So I think it's awesome that we're able to offer this.
Absolutely.
So, Michael, tell me a little bit. I know we discussed earlier with this pandemic on the rise. I know we've had a lot of people that have been offered grants, they've been offered stimulus, money and different ways to help overcome or help with the challenges that they've had in their finances. With what we have in place, I heard you earlier call it a pandemic payback. How will something that we have in place be able to help people get their finances or get their wealth, together?
Okay. Well, basically, a lot of people contribute to their 401k or retirement plans at their jobs. Teachers have the 403bs, and nonprofit organizations have the 457s. And we think that when we contribute that money, even though we earn the money and we put it in the program, whatever, whichever one that they choose, it does not belong to you. Once they take it out your check and put it in an account, it doesn't even belong to the company that they work for. It belongs to Uncle Sam that's never been to the family reunion, also known as the IRS. And so if our country is spending $55,000 a second to deal with all of the pandemic stuff that's going on, and if I don't know if you guys have heard, Congress just approved a $2 trillion package to fund getting the economy back going and getting, the pandemic funds paid back in some sort of way.
Mhm.
Well, most people don't realize what that entails is they're going to access that the money that the uncle that's never been to the family reunion owns, which is probably going to be, now I don't know this for sure, but if you just look at it, basically they're going to use the money probably that they own and say, for the good of your country, because the dollar is on the collapse side of things, we're
Mhm.
going to do something and look at a way to where we can take care of the country and get us back going again. We're going to take these funds and we're going to pay off the debt, and then that way we'll have a clean slate. Well, for somebody that's 63, 64, 65, getting ready to access that retirement money, that's going to be detrimental to them. So
Right.
on our crusade, what we can do is we can help people take the money so they get control of their money. And
Exactly.
I wouldn't tell somebody to take everything out, because if your company is contributing, just leave what they're contributing in there. But anything that you're overfunding, a lot of my brother's railroad buddies, the conductors and the engineers on the railroad, those guys are contributing up to 25% of their paychecks. So they're contributing a huge amount of funds towards their retirement. And for them to walk away at 55 or 60 years old thinking that they're going to have access to hundreds of thousands of dollars for their
Wow.
retirement and it just be disappeared, that's going to be detrimental. And so it's going to look like the stock market crash before the depression. And
Wow.
so what we want to do is we want to get on a crusade and we want to tell as many people as we know and let them know that we have an option for them, that they can make a choice, make a selection, so that way we can make a difference. And it's been said before, the more people that you help, then you yourself would be able to be well contributed and paid for you being assistance to other people. So that's what our goal is, to help as many people as we can before that happens.
All right. And speaking of goal, and the purpose of this is, and I put my little banner, Team Legacy USA is going to have their first Black Friday Money Marathon that's coming up next Friday, right after
Yes.
Thanksgiving. So that's going to be our Black Friday. And our goal is to help people, and we'll talk about that because we're not out of time, but we said we would limit it because people's attention span. But we're going to
Right, right,
continue to have somebody else tomorrow night. Their attention span is kind of short, but we're
right.
having a Black Friday, November 26th. It's going to start at 10 o'clock. I'm so excited. So we're going to run every 2 hours. We'll have someone there presenting to present this opportunity. We do not want you to go spend all your money on, just frivolous things, but we want you to take time to invest that money. Take time to look at the opportunity that we have for you and show you how to reinvest in your family, how to build generational wealth. We're going to
Right.
have people that will be, like I said, presenting different times, and it will be via Zoom. If there is a commercial that was designed that's going out, and if you're interested, which I'm sure many that are listening, do not forget to put this on your shopping list. You don't want to forget about the new type of insurance that we'll be talking about
Right.
tax-free retirement, about life insurance, about college funding, even an IUL. My hope is we have later this week in the show, we have one of our great authors who's an author. We have Mark Purnell, hopefully don't know, but his book, I didn't even put the book right here before me, but I do want you all to go and look up the book. We call him Coach Money Mark. And do you know the name of the book offhand? I forgot
Can't
if
remember off the top of my head. Yeah.
those who are listening, if you would please just include the name of his book in the notes for everybody who is watching, if you have that on hand. But it's by Mark Purnell, and he is a financial advisor. And we have experts that are working with us all the time that's teaching us what to do to help people save their money. And it's never too late to start saving. It's better to start now than later. The older you get, the more you have to put back, and you're saying, wow, I wish I would have started later. So God gives us the wisdom to when to start, but it's how, what you do, and have people talking to you and teaching you what to do. And that's what we're here. We're on a journey to teach you about financial literacy, to take care of your home, to take care of your family.
Mhm.
Without further ado, just real quick, I said that we don't want them to spend money on the usual, but we were also chatting earlier about how the people's mindset, they want to spend money on other things instead of building wealth. What was your take on that, Michael?
Well, what I was looking at is
Yeah,
every year, except for last year, most people spend money on different items for people for Christmas gifts. A lot of times, those people won't even remember what the gift is that they were given,
yeah,
maybe a week after they got it, or you'll be in debt for a year or two working towards paying off that Christmas debt. So, what I was looking at this year will be our opportunity to not just have a Black Friday where we're going to go out and spend money, but if we're going to make money start working for us, as well as with the six different opportunities at 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we'll have six different opportunities for people to find a way, if they
yeah,
listen to the information that will be shared, that they can accelerate paying off that debt as well as other debt and come up, work from home if necessary, and part time make a full time income, six-figure salary, working together with those of us that are part of Team Legacy, and we can change their lives for generations, not just for Black Friday or for Christmas Day, but for generations. So that's going to be powerful. So that's what my goal is.
Thank you so much, Michael Deckard. Well, our time is about drawn near. I just want to put it out in the atmosphere what you have to look forward to. I have Antoinette Harris, who is an accountant, who will be joining me this week. So I want you to make sure that you tune in. I have Wybani Dempsey, who is coming all the way from Arkansas, Texas, who is going to share. I mean, not Arkansas, Texas. Y'all forgive me. Look, y'all, we have fun while we are working.
Yes, we do.
What does she call herself? Arklamis. Anyway,
Arclement.
thank you. She's going to be sharing with us. Also, Okolo and his precious fiance girlfriend will be sharing as well. And who
He's
else
the
do
new
I?
$100,000 earner too. Okolo
Yes,
just hit a hundred
yes,
thousand.
he's a hundred
Yeah,
thousand dollar earner. I have
yeah.
Courtney Akins who will be sharing with us, as well as the other power couple, Richie and uh, Tamika will be sharing, as well as our very own Alice Comer.
Alice Homer.
Yes.
All
So I
right.
know she's gonna be on fire. She's gonna be awesome. Saving her for last. So I do thank you all who took the time to tune in tonight to listen to us.
Appreciate you.
This is just the beginning. This is the icebreaker to kind of give you a taste of what to expect each night, and also join us on Black Friday Money
Gotta
Marathon.
be there.
It's a
Be
time.
there or be square.
Yes, time to invest in your family, invest in your wealth. So, without further
Absolutely.
ado, thank you so much. I want to give a shout
Thank
out
you.
again to my friend Linda Pruitt, who is always supportive for listening. Alice Comer, thank you for joining us. And my good friend Lawrence Bird, thank you for joining tonight, as well as Lakeisha MacArthur. We want to thank you for joining us. And Thomas, thank you. And many others who I don't see the name, but thank you for joining us on tonight. And also, I said I was going to give a shout out to your sister all the way in Abilene, Texas, given the name of her restaurant. If you are driving to Abilene, Texas, and you need some good home cooked food, tell them where to go.
We're gonna stop by 6117 Texas Avenue. That name of the restaurant is Get Fuller, home of the banana pudding cheesecake. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Yes, yes.
Well, thank you all for joining. I will see you all
Appreciate it.
tomorrow. Again, I have Wybani Dempson, and I hopefully have Okola, the $100,000 earner, that will be
Newest one.
joining us
Yeah.
on tomorrow evening. You all have a
Thank you
blessed
guys.
night. Thank you.